Good morning, dear students. Today, in this video, I'm going to tell you about chapter number 1 of First Flight, and the name of the chapter is A Letter to God, which is written by G.L. Flintis. This is the very first chapter of class 10th main book, that is First Flight. So, let us start with the chapter. So, before starting with the chapter, I would definitely like to tell you something about the author. G.L. Fuentes' full name is Gregorio Lopez I. Fuentes, and he was born on July 11, 1897 at Lanzarote in the Canary Islands. He first went to sea as a deck boy with his father at the age of 10. As a teenager, Fuentes worked on cargo ships that went out of the Canary Island to Trinidad and Puerto Rico. He also sailed to the Spanish parts of Valencia and Sevilla to South America. Thereafter, he migrated permanently to Cuba at the age of 22. Fuentes, a long life, I can say that cigar smoker, he died out from cancer in 2002 at the age of 105 years. So, this was all about the author. Now, let's start with the chapter. So the Canary Islands, children, you all can see on your screen that the island which I was talking about in the description about the author is very much clear in front of you. So in order to have an idea from where the author really belongs, you can have a look on the map. So let's move on to the next slide. So children, let's discuss about the theme of the story first of all. So, the story which we are going to do in this chapter is about a hard-working farmer, and the name of the farmer is Lencho, and he is expecting a good harvest this year if it rains, because he is a farmer, and obviously he was expecting a very good harvest. And why he was expecting so? Because that was, I think, the only source of income, and he wants to bring up his family with good source of income, and that's why at that very point of time he was expecting a very good harvest. But the rain does come, bringing a brief happiness. However, a hailstorm followed the rain, destroying all his crops. Being deeply hurt, he looked towards the God. Having unshaken belief in God, he writes a letter to him demanding 100 pesos. This amount is sufficient enough to sow his crop again. So, children, this story, in nutshell, I'll be telling you that is about the hard life and extreme faith in God, which Lencho had. And at the ending of the story, all of us will definitely realize this thing that in spite of all the adverse situation which we people are facing in our life, we all must not lose hope in God, who is always there to help us. And we should not lose all our strength and hope whenever we are in adverse situation. We must rely upon God's help. And it is not like this that He will definitely come in front of you and help. No, He will help you in certain other ways also. But that all depends upon you and, of course, your faith. So, what he does now, after seeing that he is not getting the harvest because his crop has fully been destroyed by the hails and hailstorm, which he was expecting rain at that very time, but he didn't got rain. So he got what? He got hailstorm. So after that, he was really, really depressed, and what he did, he posts the letter which he has written on the name of God. And the moment that letter get into the post office, and the moment the post office employees got that letter, so it was very obvious that the postman and all other employees, they were just like laughing and all, just while having that letter in their hand which was written to God. Because at that very time, I think it is not expected enough from any of the individual to have such kind of faith that he is just addressing the letter to the God, but he did. So the when postman saw that letter, he laughed out heartily, and when he reads out that letter, and he got into concern. He got into the fact that definitely after, because this is the what we people used to do after encountering the situation for the very first time, that what it really looks like. After that we have to really to get into the situation, that what it really points out to us, that this situation is ultimately leading us towards which situation. Now this was exactly the condition with the postmaster, because he was very generous man. Although the laugh which he was although he was laughing while having a look at the letter, but at the same time, with all his generous mindset, he got into the situation very seriously, and he decided to help Lencho. And not only this, he decided to give the part of his salary to Lencho. And not only this, he also convinced other his fellow employees also to do the same. So after collection, they collected 70 pesos, and the amount which was asked by Lencho was 100 pesos, but the amount which was collected was 70 pesos only. And that amount was again posted or again sent it to him through the letter. So Lencho's happiness when he got the letter was momentary, because he was expecting 100 pesos, and what he got in hand, only 70 pesos. So what he felt like, that he was like that God can't deceive him, and it's the work of post office employees. So he, what he got in his hand, well, I can say that what amount he has got in his hand and what he has asked, there was a lot of difference. And what he felt that the post office employees might have taken some of the amount, but in reality that was not so. This was the irony of the situation, that what was expected and what had happened, because postmaster along with his employees, they all had contributed 70 pesos just in order to save the faith of Lencho in God. So for that purpose, they said. But the moment Lencho got that letter, he was having only 70 pesos in hand, and what he thought that my 30 pesos has been stolen out by post office employees. So he decided to write another letter to God, asking him not to send the remaining 30 pesos by mail, as post office employees are a bunch of crooks. So, children, this phrase bunch of crooks have been very majorly used in the chapter. And after you are done with the chapter, if you will be going into certain books for certain extra questions, you will definitely see that some of the questions has been asked upon this very phrase only, that what do you mean by the bunch of crooks, that how can you elaborate this phrase in context to the post office employees, because this was a phrase which was given by Lencho to the post office employees just for the sake of this thing, that he was having this thing in his mind, that my 30 pesos has been stolen out by post office employees. So that's why he categorized them as bunch of crooks. And crooks meaning, I think you all are knowing at your places. So all in all, the lesson shows three things. What are those? First, it shows Lencho's firm faith in God. Then, his faith is rewarded, though the helpers are human beings only. Secondly, it shows the utter innocence of the farmer Lencho, which is not expected these days, because the kind of innocence which Lencho has portrayed on his part by just writing the letter to God, asking for the help, I think this thing is very much extincted from these days also. We people are not having that much amount of belief, and that is what exactly the author wants to say, that we all must have such kind of belief which I can say that unshaken type of belief. We should always rely upon God for all our adverse situations, rather than losing hope, rather than crying, or rather than attempting such things which will ultimately trouble your family members and all. So I think the better option is to rely upon God, because God is always having a light in his hand, and he will always guide us through our difficult situations. And the third thing which is very much shown in the lesson is that the lesson gives a message that sometimes even your generosity is not recognized, right? Because this chapter is definitely showing this thing also, that postmaster who was kind, who was very generous enough, and who collected, not only collected, he gave also. The question is not of collection only, he also contributed the same. He contributed his part of salary also, plus he convinced other employees also to just contribute some part of their salary in order to make the amount. And he wanted to contribute this amount to what? To Lencho, just for the sake of helping. So, this kind of generosity is not recognized these days. And you may not get any credit for your generosity and kindness. But on the other hand, you may be misunderstood as a bunch of crooks. So this is what we call as irony, as poetical device. Because what was expect if you are doing any sort of help to anyone, what you are expecting some good praise and all, or appreciation. But this thing hasn't happened over here. But this doesn't mean that you people should stop being generous enough, or you should stop helping others just for the sake that you're not getting that food what you want. No, this is wrong. You may not get any credit, but this doesn't mean that you should stop helping others just